Hey Ed, can you hear me? Just making sure everything's working here before I get started. Sounds like you're on vacation. It's a good place to be. Hey, Hunting SW Ohio. Let me know if you guys can hear me. I'm really far away from the mic. Sorry, I'll slide over in a second. Oh, goody. Camera's working. Everything. Loud and clear. Perfect. If I get a little soft, it's because I moved away from my microphone. But yeah, guys, I just for the two of you here, I have actually been trying to put out a $50 video for the better part of 2 or 3 weeks. And I've literally gone through, I think this is the 9th box that I have sitting here in front of me. My first 8, I think my best box had 4 NIFCs out of the last 8. So I figured, I'm going to throw away most of that footage. I just opened these live with some people that want to come hang out. So that's what we're doing. So as you can see, I've already opened the box. I always do, or at least usually do at the bank. So that is what we're doing. Make sure I can see everything live. All right, here we go. I've got 2 of you. That's enough to get started. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to move pretty fast today. At least I think I'm going to try to move fast today. Come on, little flaps. Work with me here. Let me know if you guys can see okay, hear okay. I haven't opened Loomis boxes in a couple of weeks. So I'm hoping because of that, we will have some good luck. I'll probably zoom in for you guys a little bit if you like. At least a little bit. There we go. And I am going to stop as we go here and look for varieties and stuff. Not all of them, but coins that look okay. You're on a 5-week streak of at least 1 silver. Hey man, slow and steady is good. Yeah, Ed, I mean, if you're like me, I had a box, I don't know, a couple, 3, 4 weeks ago where I found like 10 silvers. It was a great box, one of my best boxes in a long, long time. And one of my best boxes in a long, long time. And I thought, I got a couple more sister boxes at the bank. This will go well. And it did not. I get that camera a little bit closer there. It did not. I picked up the sister boxes. We found a whole lot of nothing. And then my next 6 boxes from that bank were garbage. My quarter boxes lately have been really, really good. But even my last one let me down a little bit. Had 1 W and that was about it. Hey man, 5 silvers in a $1,000 bag. That's awesome. I've yet to be able to get bags anywhere. I am relegated to boxes. I'm also finding that most of the banks that I go into, if they do have $50 behind the counter, it's like 1 or 2. Like I'm just not finding, and I've really expanded my search. I'm just not finding people dropping off halves. I don't know if it's the time of year. It seems like every day I look on YouTube and there is somebody who has picked up some customer wrap rolls, and it's like, 10 rolls of silver. That is just not me lately. I did a couple of weeks ago, and I posted it on YouTube. The teller had a couple of silvers behind her desk, and I got them all. It was like $2 or $3 worth of silver, or halves I bought, and there were 2 silvers in it, so that was awesome. But, and that was from a bank I had never been in before. It was a Truist that's up the street from my house that I stopped by on a whim. I was going to drop off halves at a Wells Fargo that I just don't frequent very often. And I was like, you know what, while I'm here, let me just go in and ask, and they're probably going to say no. And the lady was like, we have a couple of bucks worth. And rather than, usually when it's just a couple of bucks, a lot of times I'll just ask if I can see them. And, if they have a silver, I'll just buy that one. But this was one it was like, just sell them all to me. Because I'm immediately going to another bank to turn in stuff, so I didn't bother sorting them there at the bank. I have a box of dime video. I'm going to spoil it for you guys. I was going to post it. It was my second ever full box dime hunt, and I found nothing. And I actually took the time to look at every single dime in the box, looking for W's, and there's a couple of DDOs and DDRs in there. They have like proof reverses, and I nearly went blind looking at those dimes. I've got that kind of queued up. I'll release that one day. So you're hunting. You were finding customer wrap or customer drop-offs around Christmas. Yeah. Lately, if I do, if a bank does say, hey, we've got some rolls in the back, I'm finding it's not, we've got a couple of rolls. Sorry, I'm going to pick these up. We've got a couple of rolls. It's, some hunters like myself has dropped off an entire box, and I kind of shy away from picking those up. So you called around in Cleveland trying to find customer wrap rolls. No luck today. You're here till Friday. Yeah. So I've actually gone on some, a couple of vacations of late, and I did the same thing. We were down in Florida, and I went to a couple of coin shops, and I stopped at like 5 or 6 banks down there, and they had no halves. But it was Fort Lauderdale. It's kind of a touristy area. Where the banks were, they probably just get a lot of transient and business traffic. So I didn't expect much, but I was kind of hopeful I'd find at least a couple of $half. They literally had none. And the one thing I found during my travels that I'm still kicking myself for is over Christmas. Over Christmas, I was in a little coin shop in New York, and they had 1982 and 1983 Libertads, and the guy was going to sell them to me for $30 a pop, and I passed. I'm kicking myself for that. So hunting, I almost always just get, well, not almost always, I have a split between the yellow here and the Brinks black rolls. I have found way more silver in the Brinks rolls than I have in these Loomis rolls. My best score ever in Loomis rolls was, I think I found 9 in one box, and I was camping like 2 years ago. We were up at Red Top Mountain in Georgia, and the heavens opened up, and it just poured. And we were in a camper, so we weren't like in a tent or anything. And so I pulled up Mr. Google and found there was a Wells Fargo a couple 4 or 5 miles away off the campground. And I went up there, and I think they had 5 boxes of halves, and I went ahead and got them all. And one of the boxes had like 9, something like 9, 10 40% silvers in it. So that was pretty exciting. This is my best Loomis boxes ever. Oh yeah, no, I mean those Libertads, yeah, I should have picked those up. I mean Libertads come with a crazy premium. It's a beautiful 1971. Yeah, they come with a crazy premium, and the thing that kind of pulled me away from it was I pulled up eBay while I was at the guy's shop, and you know, I was finding 82s and 83s on eBay for about the same price, really not much of a premium. So I thought, you know, maybe the 82s and 83s were just high mintage years or had milk spots or just not that desirable, and so I passed. And you know, after I got home and silver started going back up, I was like, that was really stupid of me. I should have just picked those up. That would have been a really good buy. Live and learn. Live and learn. Hopefully live streaming with you guys, it'll bring us a little bit of good luck. Hanging out with my friends. So Ed says, I did win a 64 Denver Kennedy from Will's Treasure today. Oh, wow. Nice. My best Loomis box was 14 silvers. My best black rolls, 49 silvers with no enders. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, my best box, it's on my channel. It was like June of last year, May of last year, and I had like 16 proof Benjis and like 2 or 3 Walkers, a couple of 64s, and then like, I don't know, 28 40%ers or something. It was insane. But I think I had enders in that box too. But it was a great hunt. It was a lot of fun. I think I posted that video, and the video ended up being like 45 minutes long because I ended up having to show about 40 to 50% of me opening the rolls of the box because just every roll had silver in it. Funny thing is, my most watched video on this channel, and I still don't get it. I wish I did. I've even gone back and watched the video and thought it's not even that good of a video. I did a quarter video last year where I found a airman, one of the early airman die chips on the 2021 quarters. That video's got like 20-something thousand views, which is just crazy. Because most of my videos kind of cap out around 1,000 views. A lot of them don't even go that high. So every now and then I go back and watch that video and I'm like, I wish I could bottle this. Do this again every time. Oh, Mo Money's here. Definitely the silver's showing up. There's no doubt. No doubt, Mo Money. You're here. Silver's coming. The good luck charm we needed. The good luck charm we needed. I got to go to my P.O. box. I won a 10th ounce from like Bonic Bull or Legit a couple of weeks ago, and I took about a week to give them my address. And I don't know if they ever sent it or not. That was my last, well, that's not true. That was one of my recent giveaways. And I won a copper alligator from 49's Fine Silver. And I'm kind of saving up a couple of mail calls to do a video, just do one video and do them all. So I got to do that in the next week or so. Yeah, that video was worth the time for sure. I wish all my videos were 40 minutes long because I had to stop and show everybody all my silver. But I was in chat in one of my, the comment section with somebody, about, right now, at least with the way half dollars are going for me, hunting quarters right now for W's is almost a better bet from a value perspective. Because even the bad W's, the lower end W's are worth about $10 to $12 a piece. Whereas, you know, even a nice 90% silver half is only worth $10. And if I'm finding 1 or 2 or 3 W's in every box and only finding silver every, you know, 6 or 7 or 8 boxes, maybe my time is better spent looking at quarters, you know, just from a pure value perspective. Of course, adding to the stack, not so great, but yeah, hunting Ohio. That's so something's going on with my channel. So for you guys that are, you know, still growing, and I mean, I'm still a baby channel in my mind. I mean, I'm approaching 2,300 subs. I mean, this has grown a lot faster than I ever thought it would. But there's something in either the way I'm posting my videos, my thumbnails, just the growth of the channel. I've hit a sub mark that's important. I don't know, but a lot of my videos now, I post them, and in the first day they get, you know, decent views, 200, 300, 400 views. And then like the next day something happens and you just see, like, you get this, like the curve looks like this, and then the second day it just kind of does that. Right? If you can see where I'm kind of drawn in here. And then it does this. And I don't know if it's just the search algorithm has finally decided that, you know, people like my videos, or my videos are good, or the keywords I'm using. Like, I don't know what it is, but I wish I could bottle it and repeat it every time. But it's happening often enough now that I think that I've just kind of reached that little bit of momentum where the algorithm has given me a little bit of preference, at least for a day or two, and then it all falls apart. But so I have, in the last couple of weeks, I've had a number of videos cross that 1,000 view mark, which is kind of cool. I just like people are watching. That's funny. I mean, I think I am up to now, like, I'll look at that in a second. I think I have now found 4 magic coins, and every time I find one, I actually do the trick. You know, I can't not show people like what the magic coin is. I pop it open. I actually run through the pattern and what the trick is supposed to look like. And I can't say those videos have ever done great, but I have found a lot of magic coins, and they are worth retail, you know, brand new. They're $30, $40 coins at a magic shop. Now, if you only found half of one, that's a little weird. But, you know, I mean, I think we all that have channels, we all kind of look at some of the bigger guys, Rob Finds Treasure and some of those, and just Rob, man, he can post a video like, here's my penny box, I found 6 wheat pennies, and in an hour he's got like 3,200 views. And I mean, like, I think that's amazing. I want to be there one day. I think we all kind of aspire to get there. It's a really nice 1986. Might hang on to that and see if that needs to go in my book. You guys can see that all right. Just really pretty. It's a filly. Nothing special, but it may go. It may replace something in my $50 book. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna edit this thing so it's a little bit bigger. Nope, don't want to go that way. It's too much. Let's go that way. So now when I put that under there, it'll be nice and big. There we go. That's what I want. That's much easier to see. PTF Stacking says, I live in the country in Texas and only drive by my bank twice a week. Made a deal with the bank and some local stores. I buy loose sorted coins, hunt, and wrap them to sell to local stores. I bet they take them too, especially in this coin shortage. And by the way, I know I haven't said welcome to everybody because there was just a few people here, but welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate you guys just hanging out with me. Just somebody to chat with. Found a 1920 English penny and a box of Kennedy halves. I have not priced those. Like, I haven't priced those enough that I know off the cuff what they're worth, but I know I was watching somebody's channel the other day and they found a really old English penny, and I quickly pulled it up on eBay, and it was a $9 or $10 coin. It was not a bad little find. So those old English pennies can be worth some money. One shiny one back there. I'm still trying to figure out, I mean, I do, and I've said this on previous videos, I think a lot of this finding silver, it's you know, it's the time of year. I think some of it's where you live. You know, I really do. I think there's certain parts of the country where, you know, either just people don't care and they just turn it in, or they just really, they're hard up and they need the money and they don't know any better to look to see if it has any value. It just seems like in the metro Atlanta area, stuff just, I mean, if I post an ad to say I'm going to buy coin collection or old silver, I usually get pinged within a day, 2 or 3 people that know they've got something that's worth something, and they'll want to sell it to me. So that stuff never ends up making it back into the bank because people know they've got something. And I just feel like there's other parts of the country where those same people are there. They just don't know that they have something of value, so they take it to the bank. So it doesn't end up in my rolls, which makes it hard. Obviously it does occasionally, but not often. I've got one laying around here somewhere. Give me a second. No, I'm not going to be able to find it quickly. I have an Australian one. I don't have the English one. I know I have one. I just don't know where I put it. You can eBay it real quick. eBay or Google it. You'll find one pretty quick. Yes, it is the size of a $50. I think it is like one of those like 95% copper coins, so you know, at a bare minimum, it's worth, you know, just hanging on to for the copper value. But they also have quite a bit of numismatic value, you know, if they're in really good condition. I don't know if I've ever found one. I've seen them found time to time on other channels. And by the way, guys, we are on roll. This is roll 20, I believe. Yeah, 20. Yep, we're almost halfway through this box. We have found a whole lot of nothing. Got one really shiny rim right there. That could be an NIFC or a proof. Come on, paper. I've done this before. Thank you. One shiny guy right there. Let's see. Nope, just a nice 1994P. Nothing special. What years are the British pennies? I don't know. I don't know what years they ran from. I mean, I think they still make them today, but the really big ones that are valuable, they're early 1900s, late 1800s. So PTF stacking. The mom and pop stores here never had a coin shortage. Even Walmart in town was begging for change. Auctioned off enough junk silver from that bank to get the local SP. Wow, good for you. Yeah, they're definitely the size of a $50. We're not talking like Canadian pennies that you find in penny boxes. These are big $50 size British pennies. Full copper. I get so many decent looking 1971 Ps. I wish I could get a DDO. All right, we are 5 rolls away from being halfway through this box. No good. What we got? We got 8 concurrent viewers, and one of those is me. So 7 folks. Got some folks lurking. How about you guys buying silver right now? I have. I'm buying kind of individual things left and right, and a lot of it's collectible. So it's way over spot price, and it's always been way over spot price, so I can justify it. But I've been really struggling to pull the trigger on generics or even government coins with the premium so high and spot price having gone up a couple of dollars. Another deal I was kind of kicking myself on was AppMex, and if you're not doing this, get their app and sign up for their alerts, because they do app-only deals. And before the Ukrainian-Russian thing broke out, probably a week or two before that, and silver kind of jumped up, AppMex was doing, I think it was a full roll of Buffalo, or basically the, they were like the Indian Head Buffalo silver rounds, and they were like, I'm making up a number, like $2 over spot or $2.99 over spot, and spot was back at 23 or something. So it was, honestly, I don't know why I'm looking at that side. Honestly, it was a fantastic deal, and I had it in my cart, and I just didn't pull the trigger. But you'd have gotten a whole tube of silver for whatever it was, 24, 25 bucks an ounce. Legit Sir Noobs has found the stream. But I'd love to know if you guys are buying. I know Legit seems to be buying a lot of stuff because they're doing silver games, it feels like, every other day, which is great for them. Hopefully making a little bit of money at that. They keep posting stuff that I'd love to have, but I just haven't played any of the games yet. I think they had some Wonder Woman coins and some Batman coins and all kinds of good stuff. Stuff that's up my alley. Oh, 74. We'll look at that one. It is going all right, guys. We were just looking at Clad today. Haven't found any silver yet. So Legit, I think maybe you said something. Have you seen that Spider-Man coin I'm looking for floating around anywhere? If you find a deal on that thing, you let me know. Yeah, the premiums are killing me. I mean, I don't mind if the spot price is 25, so be it. You know, I'll go buy an ounce of silver, but when spot price is 25 and a generic round is 31 or something stupid, I have a hard time pulling the trigger on that. Even junk silver, I've seen private sales on junk silver jumping way up. So people are even getting more premium out of their junk silver. I don't need the scope for that. Wasn't too long ago you could go on Facebook or Reddit and get 90% silver for like 18.5 or 19 times face. And now it seems like it's 22 or 22.5 or 23 everywhere, which is a pretty big premium for junk silver in a private sale. Yeah, I'll leave it. Yeah, Spider-Man's big money. The one was on eBay for $129.99 with free shipping, and honestly, that was a steal. That was one I looked at a couple of times. It lasted about 24 hours before it was swallowed up. And hang on. And I mean, there's a lot on eBay right now going for way higher than that, like $199, $249. I don't think they're selling, but they're listed. So obviously, I'd like to get it for less than $129, but that may be what I end up having to spend to get it. Hey, Otis Coldren, welcome to the stream. We're just hanging out, checking $50 for some silver and some errors. I'm being a little selective in what I put under the scope, but so if you see me pass up some 71Ds, some of them I'm scoping and some of them I'm not. Just depends on how nice they are and if they catch my eye. So yeah, Mo Money, I mean, the junk silver is finite, and you are right about that. But I mean, every day it seems to be getting dumped back into the system somewhere. Just never seems to be in the boxes I get, but you see it happen. I still can't get over those 2 boxes that I think it was Dad's spare change a couple weeks ago, maybe a month or 2 ago. That dude had like 900 walking liberties in between 2 boxes of halves. I threw that in coin apps. It was over $9,000. There we go. We got somebody murdered Kennedy here. We got a hole in the head. That's like a poor man's necklace. Not even a good drill. We were counting miscellaneous. That would be a miscellaneous. That is almost a no FG, 82, but we clearly have a G. But yeah, I watched that video. I think it was one of his first couple of videos, so it was not filmed great. But honestly, who cares when you're watching somebody open that many rolls of silver? It was pretty cool. Look at that again. So let's see here. So Legit says, on the lookout for these limited mintage maples of 500 original price was 80, and let's just say now they're 120 in price. A dream coin that will never happen. Yeah, 120 is a lot. I mean, I'll do it simply because it's the last one I need. And you know, that's where the collector in you bites you every time. But you know, I mean, if you want to complete a set and that's the going rate, that's what you pay. PTF Stacking Love, AppMex pre-order another couple tubes of the John Wick collectible rounds. I love collectibles, probably a bit too much. Wish I had Spider-Man, but I am not a superhero fan. Well, if you come across one and you're not a fan, you let me know. Yeah, all the DC stuff, I mean, even Aquaman came out the other day, and I got the sort of early email on it, and I want to say when I first looked, they were going for, maybe it was high 30s or maybe right at $40 a coin. And I thought, you know, I missed Wonder Woman and I missed Superman because I put them in and I waited and I waited. And so I was busy at work, and I literally stepped away for about 20 minutes with it sitting in my cart. When I came back, it had already gone to, I think, $45.99 a coin. And I said, nah, I don't think I'm going to get one. And I said, you know, I came back later in the day and I said, I'm going to look at it one more time, and if it's still 45, I'll get one. And I want to say it was like 49 or 50 bucks the last time I looked. So I always miss them because I'm just too chicken to pull the trigger when they first come out. I need to stop doing that. I did the same thing on Wonder Woman. But I'd love to have all the DC coins. They're really expensive. So Otis, you said Fifth Third seems to be better. Or if you're commenting about my coins right now, you are absolutely right. That in general, my Fifth Third coins are better. But this is actually box 9, I think. So I've been trying. I have been trying to put out a $50 video for several weeks now. And I have filmed every one of them, and my best box in the last 8 has been 4 NIFCs. So I was holding on to that, just waiting to find some silver, and I picked up these 2. These are the first 2 Loomis boxes I've gotten in 2 or 3 weeks. And I just decided rather than film these, and if they happen to be skunks, be 10 skunks in, I just figured I'd come hang out with some friends and chat and maybe change up my luck a little bit doing a live stream. So, but in general, you are right. My Brinks boxes are typically better. That's a 73. That's a 73. I think I actually had a video last year called, like, after 9,000 Loomis boxes, I found silver or something. Because it literally had been months and months of Loomis boxes with no silver. I'm looking at a 73. There's not an In God We Trust. It's over on the 3 and the Trust. All right, we got 20 rolls left here. And I do have a second box that I'm going to jump into unless my wife starts screaming at me to come up for dinner. But we will, I'm just hanging out, opening rolls. Hey, Mike Pallet. I was actually going to, I think I did actually call you out. I did call you out. If you didn't see the video, you reminded me that the new George Washington had a die chip on it, and I found 2 Georges in that box of quarters that I think it was the one I had 4 silvers in the other day. And after I'd already kind of filmed everything, I went back and added a little thing to say thank you for having me look, because one of them was the Drooling George error. So that was pretty cool. So thanks, Mike Pallet. It seems to be a pretty common error, so it's not worth much. I mean, way more than a quarter, but it's not like a $50 coin or anything. I think it's a couple $5, maybe $7. I haven't sold it. But I want to say that's what it was going for on eBay. Kind of cruddy, but we'll look at it. Hunting, Ohio, you have missed me chatting and opening coins. We have not found anything of import. We did find a hole in the head Kennedy. But that's really it. So if I recall, Hunting SW Ohio, you are a, I mean, I know you do coin roll hunts and stuff too, but you're also a metal detecting channel, right? It's been a little while since I have headed over to your channel, but I have watched a couple of the videos, and I'm pretty sure I've watched you doing some metal detecting. I think that'd be a lot of fun. I need to do that one day. Maybe I'll find more silver in the ground than I find at the bank. All right, so I was right. You do metal detecting. Well, cool. Well, let us all know if you got a good one coming out tomorrow. Way we'll all make sure we go see it. All right, this is roll, what is this, 35? This is roll 35 of box number 1. Oh, the other thing I had in, I think, 3 of my last 6 Brinks boxes, which was really tough, and I was getting these about 2 years ago, so I'm starting to wonder if maybe I've finally hit the, my coins are coming back to me. Look at that. Somebody hated that coin. For a while, a couple of years ago, let me finish these couple of coins and I'll show you. I was getting marked coins, and they were marked in a very specific way. So whoever it was that was doing this would take their coins, and you can see it a little bit on some of these, but take a big marker and write 3 lines on them down the side. And in my last probably 3 Brinks boxes, 75 or 80% of the coins all had those 3 black marks on them, and I was getting tons of coins like that 2 years ago, give or take. So I'm wondering, and I don't ever really mark my coins. I don't put dots on them or stickers or any of that kind of stuff, so I would have no idea, other than my memory, that I had seen a coin before. We're literally 14 rolls away from the end on this thing, and not even an NIFC. That's how dry this box is. Not terrible. Oh, and I guess if any of you guys have following my community tab at all, I posted a question about up there, if you guys also coin roll hunt, about are you having any trouble actually returning coin of late? And I've had a few people, actually about 40% of the people who responded to the question said they were having trouble returning halves. A lot of banks were giving them a lot of flack. And I ran into a little bit of that in the last week. And it surprised me a little bit because I've never had a bank flat out just go, we're not taking those. Now, the nice part of the story is, you know, in the end they took them, but I have never until last weekend gotten resistance from a bank about returning $50. And I returned either 4 or 6 boxes this week, and no one said a word. They just took them, gave me my money, or deposited the cash, depending on what I was doing, and I went on my way. So I may just have to avoid the banks that were giving me a hard time for a little bit. But let me know, either on my community tab or otherwise, if you've had trouble, because I would love to know about it. I'd love to know what the banks are saying. There's a 2012D in horrible shape. See it there, the 12. That's an NIFC for the board. We'll take it. You have 24 boxes of coin in your office. Is it all $50? And you know, the funny thing is I have never, I mean, until this last weekend, never had any troubles. I've never had a bank say a word to me. And literally 2 Wells Fargo in the same day or within like 1 day of each other literally give me a hard time and tell me I needed to stop bringing coin back to them. So it was just really strange. Hunting, you have, I mean, 24 boxes. I mean, is it all halves? Because that's like $12,000 worth of $50. That's a lot of money. I mean, 24 boxes of pennies, that's kind of manageable. Hey, see you, Ed. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm sorry, I couldn't find what you were looking
Yeah,
for.
I'm not talking to you, Siri. I don't know why you're talking to us. $77D. Another one. I don't get many of those. I always check 77Ds. They have a double die and a triple die. I've never found one. Thanks for stopping by though, Ed. I appreciate it. Enjoy your dinner. right, we got 11 rolls left in this box. You got to figure there's going to be silver in one of these two boxes, right, guys? I mean, I'm due. So I actually pulled all of my bicentennials in one of my earlier boxes, and I think I ended up with, what did I have? I think I had like $78 worth of bicentennials. And a $500 box of halves. 78 bucks. Nearly a fifth of the box. That's too many bicentennials that were in circulation. 9 boxes of nickels, 9 boxes of pennies, 3 boxes of halves, 2 boxes of quarters, and a box of dimes. Hey, one roll. Thanks for stopping by, man. I am showing you how to live stream a box of halves and not find silver. You do live streams where you show people nearly every time how to find silver. So, thanks for stopping by. Our big hauls are this badly holed Kennedy, and we've got a really busted 2012 Denver NIFC. All right, 9 rolls left. PTS. I mean, honestly, if you're watching me flip through these, when I see the reverse on them, I don't even look at them. I don't care if they're nice. I'm so sick of looking at bicentennial halves. Like, there's one. Let's check this roll. Let's just do this roll. That's 2. There's 3. We may only end up with 3 in this roll. That's actually light. I normally get a lot more than that. Lots of bicentennials, though. Hey man, one roll. I try to stop by your stream as often as I can. A lot of the guys that hang out and watch your stream are guys that, you know, have kind of also been with me since the beginning or gave me a lot of encouragement. So I always try to stop by and say hi. And like I said, you almost always seem to find silver. So I just check in to see, does he have 2 or does he have 20? That roll had at least 4 bicentennials. So Otis says the banks in Ohio are still crying about coin shortage. They are worse about taking my in change, which I put in rolls. Hey Dan M, how's it going? I don't know if I completely understood what you mean, but yeah, I still have, there's a couple of branches here in Georgia that every time I go in and ask for coins, the bank manager gives me we're in a coin shortage, and I can give you like 2 rolls of each denomination. I get that speech. There's just certain branches. Other branches, it's really not a problem anymore. I'll walk in and, you know, if they've got a box, they'll give it to me. Or if I ask for customer wrap, they'll give it to me. And then I have a few banks that go, look, we've got quarters, we just can't give them to you because, you know, we've got 2 in the vault and we've got a ton of business customers and we got to hang on to it for them. And, you know, so be it. I'm not gonna argue with them because, I mean, their businesses are more important than me. That's for sure. But if they have an extra box or 2, they'll tell me. All right, we might have something right there, or it's painted. I think it's painted. It's not. It doesn't look as good on the camera as it does in person. I bet it's painted. It's almost purpley. Let's see. Yeah. It's like a brown 1971. It's like somebody put it in fire or something, but it looked very silvery by the edge. And I've enjoyed looking at customer wrap rolls lately, especially pennies. I found that Indian head penny a couple of weeks ago, and a customer wrap roll, and that was exciting. I'd never found an Indian head before. Yeah, so I can tell you, Otis, there's a fifth third now the fifth third that I get almost all of my Brinks $half from. The first time I went in, they told me point blank that they would not order me coin. They couldn't do it, etc., etc. And I was using them as a dump bank for the longest time, and I got to know everybody in the branch, and they kind of learned what I was doing, and then they said, you know what, we'll order you a box of halves, see how it goes, and then that turned into we'll get you 2, and that turned into we'll get you 3, and now it's what else do you want? And some weeks I do. I have 3 or 4 $half boxes and a box of quarters and a box of pennies, and they're really, really good to me. Really good people that work there too. So I do think being new, it's tough, but I think if you are polite and start forming relationships, they'll eventually start working with you. At least that's been my experience. Now, some of the banks know. There's one bank I've been into a dozen times, and they're always mean to me. So I definitely use them as a drop bank all the time now. So they get all my $half now, or most of them. Sorry, catching up on the chat here, guys. Dan, agree with GA. I opened an account with a bank that assured me they would be able to get me box coins. After my first round, they claimed coin shortage. Turned out they go through BOA to buy coins. Yeah, I think all the BOAs here are now Truist. I'm assuming that's a nationwide thing. I have also found, because I have started to, and I don't do it often enough, but if I've got a Saturday and the kids don't have any sports or anything going on, which is rare, but I will get up and head out the door right at 9 o'clock and just, pick an area of town and go hit 5 or 6 or 7 banks that I'm not a member of. And just walk in and ask if they have loose halves, if they have customer rolls, if anybody's dropped off anything old or cool looking. And I have found by doing that there are a number of banks around me where there are other coin roll hunters or other coin collectors. There is one Bank of America that's now a Truist. I've been in 2 or 3 times because I just, sometimes it's just about timing. But they've told me every time that I go in, yeah, we do have $half, but when we get them, we have a regular who's a coin collector who takes anything and everything we get. And so they're like, you're welcome to continue to come in, but odds are he's going to beat you to it because he comes in here all the time. So I'm finding the banks that my competition goes to. All right, guys, last 2 rolls for this box right there. Here we go, empty box. You've been dumping at Fifth Third. I was dumping at Fifth Third for the longest time because they were the only banks around me that had coin machines. So I didn't have to wrap coins. As one roll knows, I despise rolling coins, and I have to do that now because all the bank machines are busted. But now I've had to move to dumping at pretty much Wells Fargo exclusively, and they're not, like I said, some of the branches aren't real happy about it. Sorry, I'm opening the last 2 rolls back to back here. Got one dark one. Sometimes dark is silver. This case it is not. It's a 1996. We've got Clad here in the last 2 rolls. Hey, Diggin' Dave. I'm doing well. How are you, man? Come on, silver. Well, I got a second whole box we're going to do here, 1 roll. So we got another 50 rolls to chase on this. So hopefully we get lucky in box number 2. Unlike you, I have not weighed every roll. I weighed the first 10. And I think I did have one that was around 226. And you and I both know that does not guarantee silver. It makes the possibility of silver more likely. But I didn't have anything else that was heavy in those first 10 rolls. So we will see. Another thing that's funny is because I used to take all my coins to a coin machine, I always pulled the uglies because I didn't want to damage the coin machines. Well, now that they're making me wrap coins, I am all but too happy to throw the damaged coins back in the rolls. The bank can have their chewed up rolls back. All right. That was our two giant finds for box number 1, both worth 50 cents and both going back in the bin. But we had a quasi-necklace coin and a beat-up NIFC. So give me just a second to grab this other box. Oh, here we go. Things are heavy, man. All right, here is box number 2. We're going to crack into this thing here in just a second. Texas Coin Hunter, welcome. It's here. Diggin' Dave says, working on a quarter video. I have a couple of W's and just found a 1961 silver. Nice, man. Tell you what, my quarter boxes in the last week or two have been fantastic. They've been really, really good. I wish I had gotten into the W quarter hunt in 2019 and 2020 a little earlier, because I remember seeing people getting entire boxes of 2019s and 2020s and sometimes pulling 30 or 40 or 50 W's out of a box. And man, I really missed out on that. So I wish I had done that. So one roll, I see your thing in there about weight, and I totally agree with you. I think my Brinks rolls in general weigh less than my Loomis rolls. I think Loomis uses a heavier paper. I think I've only done the String & Sons rolls a handful of times, so I don't recall if they're heavier or lighter, but there's definitely a difference in the weight between Loomis and Brinks. When I get a 226 in Loomis, I get less excited, but when I get a 226 in Brinks, I kind of get excited because they typically weigh a couple of grams less in general than the Loomis rolls. So nothing great. Yeah, 40 W quarters. Which W's were they? Because if I forget which one it is. The American Memorial Park, I think, comes to mind. I mean, that thing all day long goes for $25 or $30 a pop on eBay. And granted, I have never sold my W's because I've only got, I don't know, maybe a dozen or two. Maybe not even, I'd probably say a dozen. 10 or 12. So, I'm just hanging on to them. And I know I've given some away as part of my subscriber giveaways. Because I think they're just nice giveaways. And they only cost me a quarter. But if I had 40 American Memorial Parks and kind of BU or close to uncirculated, yeah, I'd have a hard time hanging on to 40 of them. Let's see here. Hunting Nest, I agree. The new black roll wrappers are heavier as well. Hey, Texas Coin Hunter. Yeah, I don't stream a whole lot, I'll be honest. I streamed a little bit last year, here and there. I did my 2,000 subscriber giveaway not too long ago. But it's something I want to try to do a little bit more often, because I do think it's fun to do this and actually get to talk or chat with people, kind of real time. But welcome to the stream. Hope you're enjoying my content. I try to do good videos. I try to even make the bad videos good. I don't always succeed, but I try. I need to do more silver videos. I mean, I have a lot of thoughts around it. I get a lot of people ask me questions about how I look at buying silver. And I think I have things to say, but I just don't make those videos very often. All right, guys, this is actually a find. This is decent. It's a little cloudy, but this is a 1987 Philly. And for those of you that don't know, this is a not intended for circulation coin. It only came out in mint sets, if I recall, and proof sets, and the proofs would obviously be an S mint mark. So these are actually really, really hard to find. So that is something that I will keep. It will go in my little tube of 1987s. And I get excited about finding 1987s. I don't know about you guys. I can find me 2012s and 2013s and 2021s all day, but I get excited about 87s. Marsh Billings, second best. Yeah, so Diggin' Dave, sorry, I'm catching up on the chat. If I had 40 Marsh Billings, yeah, I'd probably, well, yeah, I would probably be selling some of those and converting to silver if it were me. See here, Dan M, you need to stream more. Other channels are reverting to auctions. So, like, Dan M, I don't disagree with you, and some of it is, you know, that's how they're subsidizing their channel, because YouTube ad revenue is good, but it's not great. I mean, I don't make much money doing this with my ad revenue. I mean, I hope one day I do, but it's pretty minimal. But, you know, if you can go on and do auctions, and some of these auctions get out of control, I mean, you find these pieces that are worth $30 that end up going for $100 on some of these auctions. I mean, that's a great way to subsidize your channel. I think it's great that people support the channels they like. And, you know, I think I did one auction once, and I got like 2 bids on the item, and I only made a couple of bucks. And I was like, you know, I honestly, I could have made more just throwing this on eBay. But I was happy for the subscriber that got it, and they got a good deal. But I do think a lot of people have gone to auctions because they find it makes money, you know. And let's be honest, as much as people love the hobby, they've got a channel, and they've got to, you know, they've got to make money doing it. Otherwise, they can't put the time into it that they do if they're not making anything off of it. So I don't want to become an auction channel, but that doesn't mean I might not auction more in the future. Sorry, still just reading the chat here. Success is relative. Texas Coin Hunter, yep, success is relative. But if you're actually in Texas, Texas Coin Hunter, I mean, between, you know, I think Silver Picker's down there, you know, Rob Finds Treasures down there. There's a bunch of guys down in Texas that seem to do really, really well coin roll hunting. For my quarter boxes, I found more silver in the last month in quarters than I found in the last 2 years in quarters. I've been exceptionally lucky in quarters. Yeah, I would love to have me 35 Ws. Yeah, I don't watch too many of the auctions, I'll be honest. I mean, I've joined a couple just to say hi to the creators, or, you know, the creators have helped me out. You know, I can tell you, to your point, I mean, I like the way Silver Seeker does it, that he runs auctions while he's hunting. So, you know, at least if you're not an auction person, you can continue to enjoy the coin roll hunt. But like, I know for Rob, he gets to the end of his streams, and I'm not picking on the dude. He you know, he's got a great channel. But even I kind of shut down once the hunt's over. You know, I might watch 1 or 2 auctions if they're interesting pieces, but I'm kind of done. So I don't blame you guys. It's a 71 I just pulled aside. So another thing that's funny is, again, I think this was 2 years ago. I remember watching like an end of year wrap up from Rob Finds Treasure, and he basically said, I did, and I don't remember the exact numbers, but he's like, I did 58 boxes of quarters this year, and I found one silver, something like that. It was an atrocious amount of boxes, and he found like one silver. So silver quarters are really tough to come by, and the fact that I found 4 in a box the other day is pretty crazy. And they weren't all in the same roll; they were spread out. We need some silver in these rolls, fellas. And ladies, if there's any ladies in the chat. Don't want to leave you out. Tell you something else I'd like to find more of is Warnicles. My first couple of boxes that I ever did, I was finding it like a Warnickel every box or two, at least one. And I want to say I found a Warnickel in the last set of rolls that I did. I think they were even customer wrapped. But I've done a lot of nickel boxes and not found any Warnickels. So yeah, if you're right between those two groups, I mean, those Half Dollar Make You Holler, and I do watch their videos too, their live streams from time to time, and both of those channels just go through an atrocious amount of coin. I wonder what, if they have specific deals with banks set up, or if they shop around at a lot of banks, but they go through a lot of coins. Oh, I missed the box. Let's see here. Already in Texas. Digging Dave, you already saw it. He wants metal detectors. Been in the last month. My dad. I've had some hot nickel boxes lately. Probably 20 Warnickels this year. Nice, Hunting SW, Ohio. It's a lot of Warnickels. Wow. You found one of the first W's and sold it for $650. That's amazing. Wow. 650 bucks is that's pretty impressive. That is pretty impressive. Yeah, I want to say the most I ever made on a coin, I sold a 1974 DDO, and I got like 50 bucks for it. That is the best I have ever done. For a 50-cent coin, that's not so bad. Honestly, the most money I've made is buying and selling collections. That is the most money I've made. Because I've been able to get pretty good deals on the collections. And been able to get decent premiums for the stuff that I did buy on resale. So I'm just I'm not loaded up to go spend $4,000 or $5,000 or $6,000 on another collection right now. So I kind of held off on that. It is fun doing it though. So, yeah, Texas, you say you wish you were doing this 3 years ago. I started a little over 2 years ago now. Honestly, this is something that, I don't know if I wish I was doing it at this volume for a really long time, but this is something I would love to have gotten into when I was, a teenager or in my 20s or something like that, because that would have been close enough still to the 60s that there probably would have been a lot of silver in the boxes. But I couldn't imagine asking my parents back then, because I wouldn't have had $500 of my own money when I was a teenager, but asking my parents to buy this for me. But this is a fun hobby. I'm a big watcher of lottery scratcher videos too, so if you guys do that, you might see my comments from time to time. But there's a guy that I'm following, I forget what his name is, something dog scratching. He's a Georgia Bulldog fan. Really good channel. I'm enjoying it. He just got monetized in the last week, and I was chatting with him, and I said, yeah, coin roll hunting to me is like lottery tickets that you don't have to pay for, because you spend $500 on this box that might have $900 worth of silver in it, and it might have nothing in it, but at the end of the day, I still have $500 worth of coins when I'm done. Whereas when you buy lottery tickets, you could buy $500 worth of lottery tickets and only have $100 in winners. Well, now you're out $400. So this is a much safer bet, but the jackpot possibility is just not as high. So if you guys are keeping score, we are on box 11, or I'm not box, we are on roll 11 here. We're moving. Still no silver. Come on, silver. I don't know about you guys, but I sometimes just, especially when I'm filming, I won't say especially, sometimes when I'm filming, if I get 3 or 4 or 5 boxes in with nothing, I won't hunt them this way. I will literally just open every roll in the box and lay out all the coins, so when I do go through them, I know which roll the finds came in. But I've just gotten fed up and literally ripped through a whole box and had $500 in loose halves laying on the desk, just trying to get that one silver. I don't do that often, but I have done it for sure. Hey, $50 Hunter, how are you? Welcome to the stream. We're just hanging out, looking at halves, trying to find some silver. So Digging Dave, I think that you're right, David. It has gotten really popular. I think it's gotten a little saturated. For as small of a community as it is pretty saturated. You know, and there's a lot of people doing it. Even channels, like I've seen variety channels and just random stuff. You'll see just they do random $50 hunts. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, Texas Coin Hunter, my Fifth Third, when they had coin machines, they would never let me buy the bags out of the coin machines, because every now and then, you know, they would open it up and empty, you know, a quarter bag, you know, and basically just, you know, clearing out the machine while they had it open. And I'm like, can I buy all those quarters? No, you can't. I wish I could, because the Fifth Thirds I mainly dumped my $50 at. The other thing I have found with my banks is that while they may get frustrated with me dropping off halves, especially if I roll the quarters, they are all too happy to swap a box of quarters. So if I bring them a wrapped box of halves and of quarters, and want to get another box that's Loomis wrapped or Brinks wrapped, they'll do it, because they're just trading quarters for quarters. I'm doing well, $50 Hunter. Yeah, I'm finding with my penny boxes lately, they're more about how much copper you're able to stack. I think I've only found 1 or 2 decent varieties. That's not true, more than that, but they're few and far between in the pennies. A lot of times it's more about how many wheat pennies did you find and how much copper did you stack with the penny videos. But I like them because there's a lot to look for in pennies. So don't know if you guys saw my thing the other day where I picked up some customer wrap penny rolls, and they were just, every single roll was loaded with copper. Like, every penny in the rolls were copper. Sorry, when you guys see me stop, I'm trying to just check the chat and see what I missed. So this is roll 15. You guys want to know how much time we have left, because I don't have any other rolls or boxes after this. I would like to find me some silver, though. That'd be nice. Got a thick edge right there. You guys can see that okay. Just a 1990p. It's a nice 1990p, but not a proof. I haven't even found proofs lately. I remember, you know, back in the day, it felt like you'd hit these proof dumps sometimes and get 10 or 12 or 15 proofs in a box. I haven't even hit one of those in a while. Oh, Diggin' Dave. $5 super chat, brother. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Hang on, somebody got hidden here. Let's show what they said. $50 Hunter says, would you like me to be a mod? I don't think you've had any yet, but if you have any boys, I could kick them. No, I'm good. I'm happy to make you a mod. I've got a handful of people that are mods. None of them are here today. But yeah, I'm not gonna do it right this minute, but I will make you one at some point if you'd like. Can I do it right from here? Add moderator. Look at that. I just did. You're a moderator. So Texas Coin Roll Hunter says, I recorded a video a couple of weeks ago opening 6 customer wrap halves and 5 customer quarters. My teller held them for me because she knew they were special. Found 72 silver halves and 27 quarters. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Even though I go to a lot of banks and most of them know what I do, rarely are most of those banks hanging on to stuff for me. And even when I ask very specifically for, you know, has anybody brought in, you know, a small collection or a small dump of customer wrapped, you know, I usually get the, you know, we don't know. We have so many business customers, and, you know, somebody dropped off $4,000 worth of quarters from their laundry machine or, you know, laundromat business the other day. So who knows? I've actually gotten luckier with bills with my tellers lately, that I go in and they've got $2 bills that are really old or $100 bills that are really old. Now that might be silver. Maybe. Maybe. It doesn't look right. We'll see. We will see. Well, if there's bots in here, definitely get rid of the bots. We don't like any bots in here. I didn't notice any, but let's see. Nope, it's just another black 1979. But that looked very silvery in the roll. Oh well. At least we had a little bit of excitement for just a moment. It was a teaser, wasn't it? You probably thought it was silver, didn't you, one roll? I thought it was. It almost looked like it was graphite, honestly. But it also had a real thick rim on it, so I thought we might get lucky. Digging Dave, man. I appreciate that super chat, man. I don't get a lot of those, but I appreciate it. I will tell you, again, watching some of the big guys who, you know, they do their streams, and some of these dudes that come in every week and drop like $50 and $100 in super chats, I'm like, are they just trading $100 super chats back and forth? Is that how they're doing that? Because I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the gesture. I appreciate the couple of bucks. I really do. I'm not sure. I don't know. $100 super chat's a lot of money. I'll just put it that way. That's a lot of money. Hey, doing things cheap. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, I've actually, of late, had some really good finds just, you know, at the teller's change drawer and getting loose stuff. The problem is, again, when you see me post a video on that, and I think I did 2 pretty close together, you know, I might not post another video like that for 8 months. And trust me, I go into a bank 5 days a week. So it's not like it happens every day. I remember the first year I started doing this. Now, I didn't always find silver or anything all that interesting, but I was getting a lot of coin machine finds. Like it felt like every time I walked in a Walmart or a Publix, I would go to the coin machine, and in the return tray, there would be something interesting, a steel cent, or, you know, a bunch of foreigns, or, you know, I did find some silver once or twice. And I haven't walked into a store that had a coin machine with change in the change return in months. Months and months. And I check every time. And I almost feel like a little crappy for doing it, because you know the person dumping that money in there probably needs it more than I do. But it's just really weird that it used to be every time I went in the store, there was change in the change return, and now it's always empty. All right, we're just checking for some DDOs. Let's see here. Hunting says, been fun hanging out. I got a few videos to edit. Have a great night. Hey, Hunting, SW Ohio, thanks for coming, man. I really appreciate it. Doing things cheap. My kids got 2 full rolls a few weeks ago from a local bank. It was crazy. All 40%. Nice. Nice. Digging Dave, dude, I think there's like some old retired guys that all they do every day is go to banks and ask for halves. That's literally all they do. No wonder. I mean, there's probably something to that. I mean, I work for a living, and I still, you know, like I said, maybe not 5 days a week, but a lot of days a week, I try to get into at least one bank. Many times it's just getting to the banks to return the coin I have or pick up the new coin I'm getting. But if I were retired, I mean, what else are you going to do? You know, at least you're getting out of the house. I wonder, like Sue Hatton, I think she's a lovely lady, and, you know, she's very generous with her silver. But I have a feeling that, you know, she's at that age where it's, you know, it's either the Social Security or it's, you know, coming out of her savings, and she's just like, you know, I'm going to be generous with the world and giving it away, you know, a couple ounces of silver a week. I mean, I like I said, I do a lot of lottery stuff, which flies in the face of stacking silver and saving. But there's a lady that I've seen at one of the gas stations that I go to that the gas station attendant told me he only sees her a couple of days a month, and she comes in about the same time every month, and it's right after she gets her Social Security check. You know, and I'm sure she's probably getting, you know, $1,500, $2,000, $2,500 in Social Security, and probably doesn't need it, and it goes all to the lottery. So, good for her. She still works. Yeah, I don't know her well, so that's why if she still works, then great for her. I mean, she seems like she's well old enough to be retired. Yeah. So Digging Dave, I'm reading your thing about the super chats. I think the same thing. All right, one roll, man. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Glad you found some silver today. We are 2 rolls away from halfway done with this last box. But yeah, the people that come in and donate, be like Teacher. I mean, I don't think he's ever been to my channel, but I remember watching one of Rob's streams, and the dude, I think it was one of Rob's last RFT rounds from his first batch ever made. And I think Teacher paid like $400 for it. And granted, it is a custom piece. You know, it's Rob Finds Treasures channel. But dude dropped $400 on an ounce of silver. Again, not saying anything bad about the guy. I couldn't fathom doing that myself. All right, this is roll 25. This is once we're done with this, we are officially halfway through. Still no silver. Doing things cheap. I've got a couple of videos on DDOs. So yeah, I've got a couple. I can tell you some are better than others. Some of my videos are better than others. But I will tell you the main thing is that you want to become friends with is varietyvista.com and PCGS and their price guide. You can click in and see pictures of all the DDOs. And it's one of those things, when I first got into coin roll hunting, I would stare at these coins and stare at them and look for the most minute little differences. And the reality is, for a DDO to be worth money, it has to be really pretty obvious. And I would say that most of the DDOs that are of value, you will know it when you see it. I mean, there's a lot of DDOs where it's just the tiniest little split and the stem of a letter. And I'm sure I've looked at those and missed them. And yeah, there are some of those coins that will be worth a lot of money, so don't get me wrong, but a greater majority of them won't. But like a 1974D DDO, when you see it, it literally jumps out and bites you in the face. I mean, you can't miss it when you see it. The other ones are the no FGs. So right here between the crook of the leg, I'm trying to get the light so it catches it right. I mean, a lot of people go, oh, this is a no FG because you can barely see it. And it's like, well, if you can see it at all, it's not a no FG. That FG has to be completely gone. And those, I've gotten to the point where I can tell if there's raised metal just by kind of holding them in the light a certain way. I used to scope them all, and I don't do that anymore because I just know what I'm looking for. So... All right, Texas Coin Hunter, looks like you're going back to work. Very cool. Yeah, check out everybody. If you see people in the stream, you can always help out anyone in the stream who's got a channel just by going and watching a few minutes of one of their videos and hitting that sub button. That helps everybody out, and I know everybody really appreciates it. I try to do that as much as I can. But yeah, help the community out. You retired at 36, now 40. All I have is family and farm. I am not old. I wish I was retired at 36. Digging Dave says, I'm not spending $400 on an ounce of silver. Sorry. Yeah, that's me either. I mean, earlier in the stream, I was talking about spending $120 on a Spider-Man round. So obviously, I'm willing to spend money on a coin. So that's why I say I'm not talking bad about the dude. I have my limits. And 400 is pushing it. And even the Spider-Man one, like I said, there was one on eBay the other day for 120 or 129, which is actually a pretty good deal on that Spider-Man coin. I just couldn't bring myself to pull the trigger. So the most I think I've ever spent on an ounce of silver is $50. And that was for the other Marvel coins, honestly. They were the You know, the Thor and Hulk and Venom and Deadpool and all those, they retail for $49.95. You just can't get them any cheaper. I would if I could. Oh, Diggin' Dave, I appreciate that, man. You know, the funny thing is I watch a lot of people's videos, and I say watch, I say that loosely. Like, when I get in the car and I know I'm going to be in the car for like 15 or 20 minutes, I will, you know, I'll look through my subscriptions and find a lot of coin roll hunts and just kind of listen to them. Because, I mean, I've done this so long, I know what I'm listening for when you hear the coins drop. You know, people get excited when they find stuff, they tell you about it, and I mean, I just enjoy sometimes listening to a coin roll hunt. I've had a number of One Rolls live streams where I've been in the car and I can't see it. I'm just listening to it. Again, it's a great way to support the community. You know, if people are monetized, it's, you know, it's giving them view time, or if they're trying to get to monetization, it gives them view time. So every little bit helps. When I was trying to get monetized, my son asked me why I didn't create a bunch of bot accounts and have them all just run through the playlists to build my hours. And I was like, because I don't want to get like booted from YouTube before I even get monetized, but it's a good thought. Uh-oh. Dropping $50. I'll look at that one. Not gonna lie, I've watched your scores while I'm getting skunked. Oh, that's funny. So I mean, I'm not gonna lie either. I've actually gone back and watched, you know, the 2 or 3, we'll call them quote unquote epic boxes that I've opened in the last 2 years, and I've watched those after opening 2 or 3 skunk boxes in a row just to remind myself what it felt like when I did hit that box that paid off. So yeah, you're not alone. I don't think it sometimes it helps to watch it, and sometimes it hurts a little bit, but I think we're all guilty of it. I appreciate you watching my videos, but it does feel good to watch people find silver sometimes. Gives you hope. All right, we got 15 plus 4, 19 rolls left. 19 rolls left, folks. So let me know in the chat if any of you guys are having to re-roll your coins. Only because I'll share the story if there are people that are rolling coins. If none of you are, then I will not. We got a 2002 Philly with Ring of Death and looks like maybe SM or something on there. So that I think is our first NIFC. Is it? Yep, I think that's our first NIFC out of 2 boxes. And it's pretty busted. Or maybe I had one in the no, I had one in the last box, but it was busted too. It was a 2012. That's right. So not my first, my second. I've watched Diggin' Dave to the point of getting mad when you pull nothing. Oh. So you are so Otis, you're re-rolling coins. All right. So let's go. Doing things cheap says next roll. He's got his money on this one. All right, let's do it. Come on, silver. We might have a proof. I don't think we have silver. Or we got a mint coin. I don't think we got. It's right here. You guys can see it here on the end. Really thick edge down here. Got a commemorative. 1986. So this is a find. It's not silver. It's Clad for sure. It's a 1986 San Francisco proof. A Nation of Immigration, $50. So now that's a find. Just to show you guys, there's our S Mint mark. It's pretty beat up. We've seen better years. 1986. We'll take that. That's something we'll hang on to. So you were close. Doing things cheap. You were close. Yeah, I think you need to keep feeling stuff so the rest of these rolls pick up. That was a nice find. That and the 87. The finds of these two boxes for sure. For sure. So you take the Fed credit union and bounce between several so not to jam one branch up. I wrap a little. Dan M says, I try my best to get to a bank that has a machine. Yeah, I just don't have any. But congrats to those that still do. I think that's great. Oh, you got lucky in crypto? Nice. Yeah, I got into crypto too late. The year I got into crypto, the January before Bitcoin was at $300 a coin, and by the time I got into it, it was $3,000 a coin, and I thought that was crazy, and didn't invest. I just started mining, so I've always had, you know, a penny or two or three of Bitcoin. But had I started in that January and just bought one or two crypto, I too would be living large. Diggin' Dave, circulated dime boxes. I've bought 5 of them, and 4 of them have been 2021 Philadelphia full box dimes, of which I returned. I did get a circulated box last week, and I filmed it, and I didn't find anything. I haven't posted that video yet, but I will at some point. So anyway, my coin, the reason I was asking about wrapping is if you guys, I know the banks will give them to you for free. I know depending on the volume, not all the banks will give you enough to get through your volume. But Staples has coin wraps, in my opinion, really inexpensively. And they also have a $15 off a $60 purchase. So I got like 3,000 or 4,000 $half wraps, and I got 2,000 or 3,000 quarter wraps the other day. And then we needed some reams of paper for the house for my kids for, you know, school and projects and that kind of stuff. And so for like $50, I got 5 or 6 reams of paper and like 6,000 or 7,000 coin wraps. And these came out to like 0.0003 cents a wrap or something stupid. It's just really, really cheap. So if you are looking to just get a large amount of wraps and you want to just pay for some, it worked out to like, I don't know, $5 or $6 per 1,000, if I recall. And that might have been before the coupon. I can't remember. But Staples was a pretty good deal if you bought it in volume. For the longest time, I was getting all my wraps from the bank, and it's just lately it's been harder and harder even to get them to give you wraps. So, or to give me wraps. The big score that I showed on video, I went through all those halves really fast. And I still have tons of the dimes and the pennies and the dollars and all the other ones, but I ran out of quarters and I ran out of halves really, really fast. So anyway, that was my little if you're rolling coins story. I don't know if you guys are struggling to find wraps, but Staples is a good look. Give them a look. Sorry, just reading the chat, guys. So that's funny, doing things cheap. You find W's in customer. I've never found a, well, I won't say never. I don't believe I've ever found a W in customer wrap. I did find a W. I hunted my neighbor's change once, which I guess technically would be that way, but I found a W in that. Yep. So Dan M, yeah, just it's again. I mean, I hate paying for it, but at the same time, it's like I don't have a machine anymore, and if I'm going to end up doing 4 or 6 or 8 boxes a week, and the banks aren't giving me wraps, I got to get them somewhere. So I just went ahead and bit the bullet and ordered a ton of these things. And it's nice to not have to worry about it, at least for me, at least several weeks or maybe even months. We'll see. I have looked around. Whenever I have this conversation, people go, oh, you should look at credit unions and so on and so forth. And one of the Saturdays I drove around, I made a point to go to nothing but credit unions. And the ones I went in that had coin machines either didn't take halves, or they had a $100 or $200 limit even for members, which meant after that 100 or 200, they charged 10%. 1985. Looked like it might have been a proof, but no. So I am still on the lookout. My local Fifth Third that I get all my coins from said there is one up in Kennesaw, not far from me, that they used to have a machine that didn't take halves, but they have assured me they've replaced that machine that does take halves. So I've got to see how far away that is and drive up there and see. Because the other thing I got to do is the math, that if it takes me 25 minutes to drive up there and 25 minutes to drive home, well, I can wrap a box of halves in 50 minutes. Next roll of Franklin. That was a good thought. Doing things cheap, bugging out. Hey, man, thanks for coming by. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the conversation, and thanks for watching. Sorry we didn't find any silver while you were here. Oh, look at that. You guys, if you coin roll hunt, I'm sure you've seen these. I get these in almost every box. I've stopped counting them as miscellaneous because they're everywhere. These enchiladas. Just noticed that was on one of the coins when I dumped it in the box. Come on, silver. I keep getting these coins that look like they want to be silver, and they're these washed out 71s or 72s. What? Yeah, it's a G. Yeah, I mean, I think spreading out the dumps is a good idea, especially if you're returning if you're returning them rolled. And lately, because all I'm floating is $1,000, to me, $1,000 doesn't need to be split up and dumped at separate banks, but maybe it does. But back in the day when I was getting, 8 boxes a week from Wells Fargo and like 5 or 6 from Fifth Third, yeah, I definitely spread them out. I never took them all in and dumped them on the same day, just simply because I didn't want to get screamed at by the bank. So I spread them out, and sometimes I spread them between branches that had coin machines back in the day. They've just all, one of the branches closed, the other 2, their machines broke, and they never replaced them. So, but definitely spreading out the dumps is a good idea. All right, guys, 10 rolls left. We're going to call it a night. We need some silver badly, though. We need silver badly. Otis, I think you called a Franklin in the next roll. That was a couple of rolls ago, but let's see a Franklin here. Let's do it. Let's do it. And it's not going to be in this roll. I will tell you, when I do weigh rolls and I come across a roll that's like 227 grams or something, I get super excited. Because there's some 90% silver in that. That is not heavy enough to be an extra coin, and it's too heavy to be anything but a 90%, unless it's like an entire roll of 40s. And that's pretty rare too, but at least in bank wrapped rolls. Yeah, I agree with you. 4 boxes you should spread out. Now, that said, I have dumped 4 boxes in one bank in the past, just due to time, but over the course of doing this and learning what the banks like and don't like, I definitely split that out just because it's a burden, especially with the coin machine. They got to change it every $1,000. If you walk in there with $4 grand and you tie up a teller for a half an hour having to change that bag every couple of minutes, they get a little frustrated, especially if the bank is busy. Now we got another necklace here, or almost a necklace. I guess it kind of went through. Eight rolls left. 8 rolls left. Come on, Benji. Come on, 40. Like, you see that big, thick, like right there? That just looks like it wants to be silver, but it's not. It's an 82 Philly, and it has an FG. That wanted to be silver, but it was not. It's another one that's real silvery, but I don't believe it's going to be silver. I think it's just a coin that doesn't have a great clad line in it. So I think this is it's a 72. Good looking 71. All right, guys, 6 rolls. 6 rolls left. You guys have gone quiet on me. Somebody's having dinner or something. I can hear my wife up there. She's just opened the door wondering if I'm done talking. I'm sure the kids are probably already eating because I am East Coast. So it's a little late. Come here, you. FG. 3 for the scope. Nope. Nope. I think that's the 74. It is. No DDO. All right, guys. Last 5 rolls, and we have a purple one coming. Look at that. Somebody bedazzled that coin. Looks like we got some sort of painted edge in here. A couple of shiny edges. It's a really nice 1996. 1990 in blue. 71, and nothing. All right, 4 rolls left. Come on, silver. Wouldn't it be funny if we found silver in the last roll? I did a live stream last year, maybe the year before, where that actually did happen, where we went through 2 boxes, and it was either the next to last or last roll had a 40% in it. And it was like, had I started the box from the other end, we'd have had silver early and then been disappointed by the rest of the box. I'm not sure which is better. Transit Dave, what's up, man? Oh, yeah, Paul and Snacks, I mean, yeah, they go through an atrocious amount of coins. It's like, what is it, Maximus Silver Stacker? He seems to stream like, it feels like every day almost, or like 3 or 4 days a week, and the guy always has like 7 boxes of halves. You got to figure there's banks out there somewhere that hate that guy. And Transit Dave, I think I've got the, yeah, I think it's you. Yeah, it is you. I've still got your nickels here. I'm still trying to find some of the 21s that you wanted and the dimes and whatnot, but I still have those rolls put aside for you. I'll let you know when I have all that finished, and I can send you what you want. So we have a 2011. I didn't look at our purple coin. It was an NIFC, but somebody bedazzled it. So we have, this is our 3rd NIFC of these 2 boxes. Nothing special. John Chazon, hey man, welcome to the stream. We're actually just about done. We've got 2 rolls left. There they are right there. Here's our empty box. And then I got to call it a night because I got to go eat some dinner. But let me catch up here on the chat. So John's welcomed. Better to find silver at the end. Anticipation for the next box is higher. That is true. So I think there's one called Southern Metal. And that may be who I'm talking about. But yeah, there's some of these channels that literally go through it, 4 to 6 boxes a night, and they stream 5 or 6 nights a week. Like, I'm not even doing that many boxes, and I struggle to get boxes, and banks give me a hard time about returning it. And imagine those guys who are doing 5, 6, 7 boxes a couple of times a week. Jeez. Either that or they're just floating huge orders. The other thing that I haven't done is I don't have a business account with any of these banks yet, and I'm real curious if I had a business account, if things would be easier. I don't have one yet, so I'm real curious if it would be different. Last roll, we need some silver in this roll, so all together now, let's say, let's go a silver. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. I don't think so. I don't think so. Oh, is that Nacho Stuff is here? What's up, Nacho Stuff? I don't know whose stuff this is, but it's Nacho Stuff. I love the name, by the way. And I don't know if I've told you guys this, maybe you know it. Wells Fargo did tell me that if you had a business account, and it's a free service you can sign up for, but they will let you return coins in bags for free up to $4,000 a month if you have a business account and sign up for the change service. And I think the business account only needs like $500 or $1,000 sitting in it, and it can't go below that. Otherwise, they charge you a bunch of fees. But then you can return up to $4,000 in coins in bags, and they have to be $1,000 bags, I think, or whatever like halves have to be 1,000, whatever the denominations are per coin. I think pennies are like, I don't know, 200 or 100 or whatever. I think quarters are 1,000. But anyway, long story short, 4,000 and change can go back in bags without a fee. And then after that, every bag is like $4. So that's something else I'm looking into. I'm real curious how it's going to work out. But I'm not going to do that until I get through all the wraps that I bought. All right, guys. So to recap this last box, we did have 2 busted NIFCs. We did have a really bad 1974 necklace coin. The 2 finds really of the 2 boxes. We have this 1987 Philly. Let me put it on the scope so y'all can see the 87 better. There she is, 87 Philly. A little bit cloudy. I don't know what that is. That might get cleaned up in, I don't know, some hot water or something. But this 1986 San Francisco Clad Commemorative is also pretty cool. A Nation of Immigrants. I have found this one coin roll hunting in the past. So this will be my second. I do hang on to literally all my proofs. I have sold proofs in the past, but I don't ever really throw them back. So I might sell them, but I don't throw them back. So that is our show for the day. We only, that's really, those were the highlights right there. The first box was pretty bad. So let me see the chat here. Nacho Stuff's here. No business account from Diggin' Dave. Just good relationships. That's where I'm at as well. Everyone said, well, Otis said, let's go silver. We didn't get there. It confuses the average person until they think about it. What, Nacho Stuff? I tell you what, guys, if you're not following Nacho Stuff, his channel has exploded. He's doing great. I don't watch all of his videos, but I keep tabs. And he's growing like a weed, man. Go support Nacho Stuff. He's doing something way different now than coins, and it's pretty cool. Nacho Stuff, so I explained this in the beginning, so for those of you that heard me say it like 3 times now, I have gone through, those were boxes 9 and 10 without any silver. So yeah, this is 3 weeks worth of boxes with no silver. So that's why you have not seen a $50 box from me in quite some time. I'm hoping to get some, and I was hoping we would have some for the stream today, but it just did not work out. So with that said, guys, I am going to call it a night. I really appreciate all of you showing up. Diggin' Dave, thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. It really helps me out. And like I said, I'm going to try to stream a little bit more. I will give more notice for future ones. I just wanted to get through these rolls, and I don't know what my Sunday's going to look like with all my kids' activities, because we got volleyball practice and basketball games and all kinds of stuff tomorrow. So wanted to get these out the door, but I do plan on doing a few more live streams this year. So I look forward to seeing all you guys. Thanks for the support. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Transit Dave, $4.99 super chat. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Here I am trying to log off, and you're dropping super chats. You're the best, man.